welcome back to a new video. Let me just roll this volume down right there, because there's been some videos where I've accidentally let my guitar make some noises while I'm talking, and that's not ideal, so let me just make sure of that first. A common song that I teach a lot of people here at Carl Stacey Guitar Tuition at the studio that you see right here is Paranoid by Black Sabbath, mainly because a lot of people know it, most people know it. It's an iconic rock metal song, and it's fairly simplistic to learn, bar the guitar solo, of course, as well. We're not going to get into and go through the guitar solo today. We're going to take and break down and go through all of the main riffs and all of the basic riffs of the song, alright? So grab your guitar, sit down, get comfortable, get ready. We'll jump straight in. This one, of course, just E standard, nothing crazy as far as that is concerned. The first riff tends to be the one that people struggle with the most, and then all the riffs after that tend to be a whole lot more of an easy one to get through, alright? The first riff being one of the ones that I just played in the introduction of the video right there, being this one. Alright. So you've got this thing that, the reason that people find this a little bit tricky in the start, especially if you're newer to guitar, is you've got this hammer-on thing here with the power chord on the fret 12 and the thick E string as the root. So you want to flatten your first finger, your index finger, ever so slightly across the two 12s and the E and the A strings, and pick that, but you don't want to hear that, you just want to hear the sound of the hammering on of the third finger onto the 14 like this. And then you'll repeat that 3 times in a row like that as well, alright? Following that, you've got the hammer-on lick that comes immediately afterwards, that sounds like this. There's 2 variations of this. There's one where you just go 12 hammer 14 on the A and 12 hammer 14 on the D. And then I believe there's one variation at some point in the song where it goes back to the 14 on the A. But that is just first and third finger hammering on 12 and 14 mainly on the A and the D strings. And when you put the whole riff together, it's this that you get, of course. Alright. From there, of course, you've got singing that starts. That's when you go into the more chuggy, kind of palm muted, kind of more of like a punk riff than anything really. And that's going to be power chords all the way, power chords galore, fret 12, which you're going to do 16 times, moving to the 10, and then 10, back to the 10, and back to the 12. So that's 12 on the thick E, 10 on the thick E, 10 on the A, 10 on the thick E, back to 12 when you started the riff. And then you've got the fill up at the very end, which is just a bar on the thin 3 strings, the G, B, and E on 12, 12, and 12. And then when you put it all together, you get that riff there. And of course, you repeat that. You've got 2 bridges in the song, alright? You've got bridge, what I refer to as bridge 1, bridge 2, and they're the only riffs that are left in the song. The first one being this one here. That happens twice in the song and it repeats 2 times each time, alright? Very repetitive and similar kind of power chords and movements and stuff in the song, which is why I decided to do a video on it, and it's also why I teach this song very often as well. We've got 12, letting it ring out a little bit, 8 and 10, and then back to 12 for palm muting. And then as I say, you would loop that round and repeat that round twice in full, okay? That leaves us with one last final part in the song, as I say, bar the guitar solo. And this is what I would refer to as bridge 2. This one's very simple, but you've got to really listen to the vocals and the lyric line and the kind of ups and downs of that for it to line up and for it to make sense. Alright? That is just 12, letting it ring. 12 again, sliding it down to the 10. And then 10, sliding back to 12, letting it ring. And then finishing the whole part off on the 10. That is each individual riff broken down from Paranoid by Black Sabbath. So I hope that makes sense. Feel free to stop, pause, rewind, rewatch, do any of the stuff that you need to do to make sense of this and to piece it together. Any questions, feel free to let me know. I'm happy to go down in the comments and help you out and answer those as well. The solo is an E minor pentatonic, E blues, both will work if you want to try that out as far as improvisation or test your improvisational skills. It's a really good opportunity to do that and to learn something new and try something new. So hope that all makes sense. I hope you enjoy it. Have a good time learning it, practicing playing it, and playing guitar in general, and I'll see you in the next video. Alright, peace.